Okay, I want. There's one industry that you just teased me with that I want to hear the
River
story.
Road.
And I'm hearing as if the door of this is RK.
No.
Okay.
It was John Were, who was another guitar player who was occasionally with Eric. So one day he asked me, by the way, would you mind playing some music for some choir for a River Road recording at Andrew Crawford? I'm like, interesting. I've never done that in my life. So I was like, sawa. So I started playing keyboards for choirs at Andrew Crawford.
Sessions,
yeah. For a while, actually.
A couple of you played?
Yeah. Some River Road musicians. Some even guys that even have forgotten their names. Because me, I was like, and those, let me tell you, River Road is an entire industry and those guys don't joke with pay. Those are the guys who would pay you right there, after or before. And they don't joke with your money. So like how much? So like I'll say, give me 30K. Sawa.
30K?
Yeah. I was like, 2004 was not bad.
It wasn't bad.
It was not bad.
Yo.
Yeah. And the girl will just give you, asante sana, Mungu akubariki. Envelope. Yeah. So it became like a source of income for me doing these River Road sessions. So a lot of some of the songs River Road guys, it's me playing keys.
With that natural beggar
foundation. Yeah. Like that one even is just play one hand chords. Like because some of the songs that be colorful. Then you're like, sasa, unaweza piga ikue. Then I play like I know what they're asking for. And that's why for Groove Awards, anytime we'd play with those River Road guys, it was seamless for me.
Yes.
Because Izo had been doing a lot of sessions too. For River Road.
Yep. And there's a time that you were the MD for the Groove Awards.
Yeah. That's a whole other story.
We'll come to that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's RK then? Where does RK
now,
come in?
RK, after the sessions with Sema, we scoot over to 2005. And first of all, with 2005, Kanji comes back in 2004. And the first person he comes to he comes to my house. Like I think he had landed that day and comes to my digs. And he comes with to bribe me with a CD by a Grammy Award-winning musician called Kirk Whalum.
Yeah.
And now that album has been signed to me. He went and asked Kirk Whalum, he's like, can you sign this guy to my friend called Aaron? So he signs it to me. And why it's serendipity is because now I'm on Kirk Whalum's album. See my tune.
He took one of your songs.
Yeah, and I played on it. That's 2004.
That's teaser. I like the way you're teasing guys.
So, Kanji comes in like, I've got you the best keyword, a motif. I'm like, yeah, chick. And then he showed me Kirk Whalum CDs. Like, yeah. So what do you want us to start Kijiji? This was December 2004.
The stuff that he had been telling you you wanted to do.
Yeah, and we've been having this conversation because he's like, let's start a studio. And so 2005, January 5th, 2005, Kijiji
way.
hit off.
At Mushai Drive?
At Mushai Drive, Sunrise Court.
Ngumo, just next to Ngumo.
Just next to Ngumo. Yeah. And that's where we started. And the first people we signed up to record was Rebecca Dawn and Helen. Helen. Yes. Helen was the first two guys. And one Dan Aseda.
What about Esther Kanunde?
No, that's later. That's much later in the middle. Yeah, that's so later. Those are the three that we got immediately. And the first artist that I actually actively produced was Rebecca Dawn. She was the first artist that I worked with at Kijiji. Yeah, because so as we were setting up, Kanji assumed that I knew her. So he tells me like, there's this chick called Rebecca Dawn, and she says Madeine. So I thought she's actually like a River Road chick. So the way, because I think I think Rebecca's no one on this story. In fact, even tagged her. So Kanji tells me, there's this chick called Rebecca Madeine. I was like, okay, she's coming tomorrow. So in my head, I was like, Kanji, we're starting with River Road guys. Are we starting with River Road guys? So I'm upstairs. So that time the studio used to be in the room upstairs. Mm-hmm. Not even the way we set it up downstairs. Yeah. It was in the room upstairs in the corner. Mm-hmm. So I come, so I'm practicing. So I come, there's like, so Rebecca Madeine is here. So I come downstairs. I even greet her and I go looking for someone else. Madeine. So I go ask Kanji, where is she? I'm looking for her. I'm like, her. I'm like, what? what? So I was like, what's your name? I was like, yeah, my name is Rebecca Mathini. I was like, Kanji. I'm like, so you don't know each other? Like, oh yeah. So we did a demo for her. She was the first artist that I worked with.
Yo.
And then, guess what happens? Kanji is invited to do a gig. That beginning time. Now I tell him, hey, you guys, I'm already with Eric. I can't commit to playing with you. So like, I can set you up a band. So I so Kanji says, can you get the players? Like, yes. So I call us. So I was like, Kungu, out of the question.
Yep.
Then I remember that Jonah has got a fantastic brother. And then YFC, do you know who was helping us in Youth for Christ with writing songs? Another Uzele, Emmanuel Uzele. So at that time I'd worked with two Uzeles, but they had a brother who everyone would say is a fantastic bass player. So I was like, yeah, what is that guy? So even I can remember calling JJ, like, what is Manu's brother who plays bass? Like, his name is Asaf. Like, do you have his number? Yeah, I got his number. Now guitars is JJ's brother. Was the first guitar player for Kanji's band, Nkruba.
Whoa.
Nkruba Ujambo. But you see, he's a lawyer, so now it became tricky because of time. And then keyboards, I was like, get Chris. And then get Ken. That's how the Villagers started.
Yeah.
Because they were Kanji's
outfit.
Baby. Yeah, because Kijiji.
Yes, Kijiji.
The Villagers, yeah. So that's how the Villagers started. They were actually playing for Kanji.
That is crazy.
They were accompanying him, and then Kanji like, let's start a band. And then now when Eric started club, what is it like? What was the club we used to play with Eric? Club Sound. No, it was Club Sound.
No, you first started playing on Mombasa Road somewhere.
No, not even Mombasa Road. There's another one in Tao.
Yes.
That was called Club Sound, I think. So we were playing there bi-weekly. Not Club Afrique. Club Sound.
It was Club Sound,
yeah.
Club Afrique was after.
Yeah, there's Club Sound, just right there on Kaunda Street. Kaunda Street, yeah. So we started doing that bi-weekly gig with Eric. Now, Kanji was like, I need opportunities to play. So he started being the opening act for Eric.
No way.
Yeah. This is like January of 2005. At the same time, are you seeing all these things that happen concurrently?
Yep.
Kanji comes and tells me Nairobi Chapel is multiplying itself into 5 churches.
Yeah.
In August. So his friend, who happens to be Pastor Moredi, has been given the 10 o'clock service, and it will be the church that they'll plant themselves in South Sea. So do you want to do this? Of course, Kanji is my boss. Like, absolutely. And I missed playing in church. I was not actively playing because that's my roots. And I started playing in church. So like I needed a place to play, because even at Bapo I was not really actively playing as much because I was busy. I was like, Nairobi Chapel, this is a fantastic opportunity. So I asked for wins, guys. So even Kavuza came in. Yeah, I remember. Even Kavuza. So for wins ended up being the worship team for the Mavuno before even it became Mavuno. The 10 o'clock service was being led.
So what they would do, they would give the services to the different pastors.
Yes, that's how Pastor Oscar said.
That was
genius. It's like, this service will go plant there. This service will go plant there.
Yep.
This service will go plant there. So us guys were the 10 o'clock service, the mid-morning service, and we're the ones who were going to go to South Sea. So we even did a goodbye at Bapo, because I think they knew that a good chunk of the worship team were going to. And Nairobi Chapel is a offshoot of Nairobi Baptist.
Yep.
So they understood.
Yep.
So now I get hired not only as the keyboardist, but they wanted me to help them in the music department for the church. And I can remember one of the things that I learned in the US is that just as pastors get paid, also pay your musicians and other people. And so they were the first guys who saw the point. So I was also hired part-time at Mavuno. So I was also on salary as staff. So me, I was already getting paid a salary. But I was like, when guys play, it's time, pay something.
You want them to come for practice.
You want to come for practice, and you want the best. These are professional musicians. You're telling them to leave the gig to dedicate their time. So now I've got three things happening at the same time. I'm playing with Eric, doing all these shows with him. I'm producing at Kijiji. I am now starting to set up
worship director.
Yeah, no, musical director.
Musical director at
the 10 o'clock service, which ends up being
Mavuno Church.
But the work now being employed in Mavuno is when we moved. But that's when I met Pastor Moredi, and that's how the Mavuno conversation happened. Now Eric is going on. Eric is starting to do 2020.
Oh, the second album.
The second album.
Just hold on. Even before Eric, I don't want this point to pass. That's why there's something that you've said that I've finally understood it. When I first came to Mavuno, I saw Kavudha lead in worship, and I was given a CD. And that CD had a song called When We Pray. And I remember titling it and writing Kanji and Aaron featuring Kavudha. And you told me, no, it's not Kavudha who sang this song.
It was Rebecca.
Rebecca Dawn.
Yeah.
I remember the day we wrote that song. So we're in the studio. This is when Kijiji was in it was on Gong Road.
Gomo.
Yes, in Gomo.
Hey, you're day ones.
Yes.
You're like 001 of Kijiji Records.
Yeah. I would hang out there all the time with the guys. It was so much fun. I loved it. And so we're sitting in the studio, and Kanji has this idea for this song, When We Pray. And so we write this, we wrote it together, and then Kanji said, let's record a demo. So because now we've just written, we don't want to forget. So we go into the booth, we record, we do some, funny bits at the end with choir and everything. And me, I'm like, we have something to work with. The next day, I am driving to the studio. And what do I hear on the radio? Our demo. It was the next week. The point is, Kanji said it was a demo, and then the thing ends up on radio, and I'm like, Kanji, like we haven't even fine-tuned this. It's like, Bex, no, it's good, it's fire, it's Kanji Buona. Anyway, yeah, I remember that song so well.
Circumstances fade away when we pray. Healing comes our way when we pray. The Father heals our land. There's a fire that lights inside us when we pray. Once again, broken hearts, broken dreams, broken lives. But it seems that when we humble ourselves and pray, He opens His hand. Once again we can stand, and all-consuming fire falls and fills our hearts when we pray, when we pray, when we pray. Circumstances fade away. Oh, when we pray, when we pray, when we pray, healing comes our way when we pray, when we pray. The Father hears our land. There's a fire that lights inside us when we pray, when we pray, when we pray, when we pray.
So Rebecca was the first person we actually recorded, and then there was a thing called the Kipawa competition, run by Hope FM. That time it was called Hope FM, And so that's when now other artists started coming in. Esther Kalunde, a few artists who won the competition. Kijiji was part of that competition. And then now, Helen shows up. Now, I'd met Helen in 2003 via Kanji because of his real music school. And so he was, after that we didn't keep in contact. But we kind of had a camaraderie and like let's do something. 2005, that's when it happens. And he first starts, his first album was a gospel album called Fall Upon Us. Which we did.
It's you guys who did that?
Yeah, Fall Upon Us, yeah. It was an entire album of gospel songs that he had written. But then, I'm the one who, Kanji actually is the one who came and told him, you guys, you play the saxophone. See, you have the instrumental music. Now I was like, I jumped onto the idea. Because now I was into instrumental music. Now I'd gone now even to deeper stuff. Now me, I was now, in jazz now, completely, I was inside the mix. So we started the sessions for Helen somewhere in May. And then even before that, one Dan Aseda called Cheesy had showed up at Kijiji. Those days when, when whoever has seen Dan Cheesy without dreads knows him for a long time. We used to have wear oversized jeans. So he came and told me that he had worked with Tim and he had worked with Waire. But he was looking for a different sound, and he played for me Wache Waseme. I'm like, this is such a nice song. And then he tells me that Eric is his biggest influence. And so me and Kanji call Eric. I'm like, there's this kid, this guy, young guy. Let me tell you, Cheesy was so gobsmacked because he didn't expect it. So Eric just showed up one day in the evening. He's like,
you guys told the guy bring him fries.
Yeah, like we'll give you fries.
Told the guy, no, you told Cheesy, the fries you've ordered, go and open the door.
And it's Eric.
2 days later, they say, come, we want to finish the session tonight. So I show up at the studio at 10 o'clock. Then we're working, we're singing the verses. We're just trying to, the goal that night is to sing all the verses, have it laid out, complete the arrangement, and then get ready for release. And then it's now like midnight, we're getting hungry, we hadn't eaten. The doorbell rings. So Kanji tells me, go get the door.
You know it's food.
No, I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah.
I go downstairs, I walk past the kitchen and I open the door. And manze, it's Eric Wainaina. I remember chips za Kenchik. I could not believe it. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I'm like, hey. And then Eric is a very charming guy because Eric, they've spoken with Kanji.
Yeah, they've set you up.
They've set this thing up. So when I open the door, I find this dude with Makenchik. And then Shiba is like closing the car or something. And then Eric's at the door and me, I'm just, I'm confused.
You met your idol.
I can't believe. And then Eric stretches out his hand. It's done, right? But I'm collapsing. My name is Eric. I'm like, hey! What's happening? Eric walks in. We eat chipos. He goes up to the studio. Remember that has a bed frame.
Yes.
His studio is still like that. And Eric performs his verse.
For what you were saying.
What you were saying.
Ukweli ni kwamba wanawasengenya wengine kwako, nawe wanakusengenya kwa wengine, oh, wasengenywa kwa wengine. Siri zako zote wanatoboa, vile wanavyotoboa za wengine. Siri zako wanatoboa vile wanavyotoboa za wengine. Wache waseme, watalala. Yeah, wache
The guy almost died. Like he almost collapsed. So that's how cheesy. But his project ended up happening later because at first also he was in school and it just I felt like I was not really the right producer for him for what he wanted. I did some songs, but in the middle of that, an intern from Homeboys shows up, who ends up being Black Man.
Yeah.
Now he's the one, David Muzami, and he ends up being he had a different sound and he had that hip hop thing and R&B pop thing going, and so him and Cheesy ended up working together.
Okay, let me ask.
Yeah.
Now, I understand this era because I joined after it.
Yes.
And after joining me, what I'm doing is binging on the studio and listening to all the songs that have been recorded in this stable.
Yeah.
And I bumped into the most amazing songs that have never been released. Only one of them has been released. Definition of a Love Child by Waire.
Now,
so what happened?
So because we're doing a lot of gospel, but I also was telling Kaji that, there's an opportunity for us and there's an interest in this new studio that has come up. So the first person who showed up was actually Nameless. So Nameless showed up and he's like, I want a song that is rock, and Nameless, let me tell you, if there's a master hook writer, Nameless, where do you get your hooks from, man? They're so catchy. So it's called Chatterbait. Even the way I say it, you just feel it.
I don't know.
So we wrote it, but for some reason, and I think that's the time he was in between coming out of.
He was finding his new sound.
Finding his new thing. He has just finished his run with Ogopa. So he was looking for new things to do. So I think he tried us guys. He tried Tim, I think. I think Tim did something for him. Then I think when he met RK, that's when now it settled. So there's the song ended up not being released.
Yep.
So it's still there. One day he'll release it.
Yeah. There's another artist who came in from the Gopa studio.
Who?
Mr. Lenny.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
In fact, wait. Let's change some batteries here. We'll be back. In fact, sir.
Whoa.